Hello, welcome back to our video series on Microsoft Power BI. Today we're going to be talking about RLS, or row level security. If you're new to this series, what we're currently doing is we're currently releasing a video on how to use just the basics of Microsoft Power BI. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe or like the video because it really helps us gain traction and keep me motivated to making these videos. All right, so let's jump in. What is row level security? Row-level security is a way of securing the semantic or the underlying data model of your Power BI report. What you do is you define a role in the Power BI desktop file. So in this case, we go into modeling and then go manage roles. And that role either returns a true or a false for every single row of data. If it returns a true, the user that's visiting and is assigned to that role will see the row of data. If it returns a false, the users won't see the data. Now, I said assign a user. What I mean is that you define these roles, and then in the Power BI service, you can go in and you can assign the user. There's also a DAX function that you can use to pull that user's email, and that is how you can basically build out these increasingly complex security roles within Power BI. Now, this is a slightly more advanced topic, and we're just going to probably cover the basics. So if there's something you don't understand as we kind of move through this, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to clarify what I meant or answer any additional questions you might have. All right, so if you want to follow along, we're currently in the Sales and Return Sample V 2019 from Microsoft. You can download this off Microsoft's GitHub. I will put a link to that down below in the video description. Okay, so in order to define a RLS role, what you're going to do in a report is you're going to click on the Modeling tab, and then you're going to click Manage Roles. Okay, once you're in Manage Roles, you're then going to click New Role. What you can then do is you can then choose the table or tables that you want the role to affect. So in this case, I want to define a role that is going to filter down our product table. Okay, so let's take a look at our product table in the data model. So I'm going to go over here, and if you notice, we have Access, Excel, Exchange, all these options in product. I'm going to go to Excel. So I'm going to go into Manage Roles, and I'm going to click here for a new role, and then I'm going to click Product, and I'm going to define the new role as product equals, and I'll go Excel. Okay. And I'll go ahead and I will click Save, but before I do that, I will rename this to Excel role. So what this is going to do is this is going to filter down the product table to where product equals Excel returns true. Because this product table is in a data model, right? So if we go back and we look at product in here, because it's in a data model and because it's connected to these other tables, what's going to happen is product is going to go ahead, and when it filters down this table, it's also going to filter down sales, and then it's going to also filter down association. If the role to associate, or if the relationship to associated product was marked as active, where it filters both ways, it would also filter down associated product. So now that we've created this role, what we can do is we can view it. We can click this, go back into the Home tab, and we can go View As, and then there's the role we just created. So we can view as Excel role. If we now go, for example, and look at net sales, all we're going to be able to see is Excel. Okay? Now, that's because what's happening, and again, I want to reinforce this, it's filtering down the product table, it's returning true where the expression I defined is true, and then it's filtering down all of the associated tables with it. That is RLS. Okay, so with RLS, though, you can also define much more complicated expressions. So for example, let's just say your director at a company has multiple managers that report to him, and then the managers have multiple direct reports that report to them, and then you just have the direct reports. Well, you can imagine a scenario where in a report, the direct reports need to be able to see all of their own data. The managers need to be able to see all of their team's data, plus all of their direct reports data, and the director needs to be able to see the full organizational's data. Well, what you can do is you can define a more advanced row-level security function. This data model isn't a great one for it, but what you could do is you can go and you can define by switching into DAX editor, and you can actually go ahead and you can write a switch statement. Anything that returns a true or false for a given row of data can be used in an RLS expression. If you want to filter down, for example, a access table by creating a table of all of your users and then the level of access that they should have, which is a very common approach of doing this, what you can do is you can use their user principal name, which is a DAX function, and this will return the email or the mail nickname of the person that is logging into your Power BI tenant. You can then pass this to that table, and then you can use that to filter down all of the data that they should see. All right, so this has been a really brief overview of row-level security. I'm sure you might have more questions. Let me know what they are in the comments, and I'll get back to you. If you want to see more videos like this, and if you learned something, please like and subscribe to the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening.